Hello everyone, today I want to address a question we often get about our spin coater kits. And as you folks already know, these kits are designed just for simple proof of concept work and nothing fancy, no production or precision work. As such, we don't implement any kind of acceleration functionality in these versions. However, the newest SCK-300 S version does have basic acceleration functionality, but we're only going to talk about the SCK-300 and SCK-300P models. However, today, if you are interested in implementing acceleration functionality on this kit, you could do it. You just have to write your own desktop software to accomplish this. And we are going to demonstrate some sample software which you could use and modify on your end that shows you how well it works. Again, it's just going to give you basic acceleration functionality, and that's it. Again, nothing fancy. All right, so how do you get this software to work? How do you get our software to work? First thing you have to do is go to the site where it's hosted. Again, there's links that are going to be provided in the description below. And you simply download the zip file. Once the zip file is downloaded and placed in whatever directory you want it to be placed in, the next thing you would need is one of these USB to TTL converters or RS-232 converters. So this would connect into the control port of the SCK unit base, and this USB end goes into their computer. So you have the zip file in the specific directory, and you connected up the USB TTL converter. Next thing you have to find out is what the COM port this runs on, and it's a little tricky on Windows. So the way you do this, easiest way we have found to do is go to devices and printers, and you should see the device showing up here. It should be unspecified, and now you select it, you go to properties, and then go to the hardware tab, and you see that in this case we're using a Arduino Leonardo as our USB COM port, and it tells you COM13. So make a note of that number, and once all this is done, you're ready to run. So the description how to run this program is on the site where it was downloaded from. So just, you enter the commands and you hit enter, and you should see the user interface come up. And now you have to select the COM port. In our cases, it was COM13, and this would certainly be different for your use case. And you do connect. If everything's set up right and you select the correct COM port, you get some text that indicates to you that yes, the computer is now connected to our SCK-300. All right, so once you get the software window open, you select correct COM port, you're going to hit connect, and it should all come up. And next thing now is basically, all right, let's do this again. 3, 2, 1. So it's all connected now. And let's just give it a quick try. So our settings are here. So we have a speed of 2500 RPMs, an acceleration of 500 RPMs per second. So hit start, and we should ramp up to that speed. Now it should only take about, I believe, roughly 5 seconds to come up to that speed. And the software indicates to you when it's ramping up. It puts a little asterisk next to the speed and the time. All right, so this works well. Let's try something with a little longer ramp time. Let's set this to 100 RPMs per second, and let's see, let's do 3500 RPMs, and let's actually put a sample 75 times 75 millimeters sample in there and see how that's gonna work out. Alright, so we're slowly ramping up to our set speed of 4500 RPMs at roughly 100 RPMs per second. So again, this software is handy if you have this kind of use cases where you need very relatively long ramp times, so about a minute or so, and which you cannot accomplish just using the standard controller. Now, one other advantage of this software is the ability to run a longer sequence than is typical of our controller. Normally in the controller you only have a low speed, and then for some seconds, and a high speed for a different number of seconds. Because this is a desktop program, you could in principle have as many steps as you want with at a particular acceleration. And again, there's an asterisk next to the speed and the time to indicate to you that it's currently ramping. So it's gonna sit at 500 RPM, so 30 seconds, and you have a little countdown timer that indicates to you how at what point you're at. So again, this software allows you a lot more flexibility in controlling the acceleration and ramp program settings. However, usually for our kits, if you need this kind of fanciness, we would recommend a commercial unit instead. It's just we're giving you the ability to do this if you just want to do it for quick proof of concept work. But this is certainly not for any kind of production or precision work. Alright, so now we're ramping to our next step of 4200 RPMs, and I believe this should roughly take about 18-20 seconds to get to up to that speed. Okay, so this is a quick demonstration of showing you guys, instead of using the built-in our standard controller, you have the ability to write your own software, which allows you to control the acceleration and gives you more flexibility with the ramp program. Quick note, even though we provide this software to you, it's only meant for testing and demonstration purposes. As such, this comes with absolutely no support and warranty, so please use at your own risk.